Hey guys, what's up? RV here. So today I'm here to show you what's the best and easiest way of building a desktop PC, the cheapest and the best parts that I can find off the internet, and it's also currently what I'm using right now. It's right over there. I'm going to show it to you later. Okay, so before we move on, let's put the intro. Okay, so as you can see on this table, these are actually the basic parts that you need in order for you to build a desktop PC. Now I'm doing this video because one of my friend asked me on how to build a desktop PC because he was planning to update or upgrade his old PC that he bought 10 years ago. Okay, now to start with, we'll start with the motherboard. Okay, don't worry, I'll leave in the description box the link where you can purchase all the items that I have here on the table. Now I am highly suggesting, especially for those little to no idea on how to build a desktop PC, I highly suggest for you to purchase this one. There's no brand, because this is a Chinese motherboard. Some may cringe when they hear that this is a Chinese motherboard, but this one, or specifically this one, this is the X79 motherboard. We have been using this for several months already. It's right there, but perhaps I'm going to show it in this video as well. That we have been using this for several months. My daughter's been using it on a daily basis on her online schooling, editing, and I'm also I was using also that one for video editing, and I have no problem. It's running Windows, Mac, and Linux operating system without any issues. Okay, now this motherboard is a bundled motherboard, which means that when you buy this one, it comes with processor and RAM, and also comes everything that you mostly needed on a motherboard, because normally they will ask you what type of CPU or processor that you needed, or how many RAMs you needed when you try to go to a computer shop, where I do admit some really have no idea, and they may get fooled, or some they will try to give them something with lots of RGB or lights, and they call it a gaming PC. No, this one you can use this for gaming. It's up to you if you wish to use this for gaming. This is the cheapest one that you can buy on the market. There are risks on buying this online, but for now I don't have any problem yet. Okay, this is a Huanan Mini ATX motherboard. The one that I have been using is the ATX. I'll also show the different sizes of the motherboard that you may wish to consider. Now, the reason why I am suggesting for you to buy this one, because this is already bundled, which means that even the CPU or the processor is already installed, so no need to mess with this one. Now you may need to purchase the bracket, because unfortunately the bracket that comes with this is it's a different size. Okay, and a little bit the only challenge that I can see on this motherboard is putting the pins, but don't worry, the only challenge will be the pin where you put the pin of the power, the reset button, and the LED. I'll also show here this one here. This is where you're going to plug it in. Just in case, just leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, now so we have the motherboard. It also comes with RAM. Now this is a single stick 16 gigabytes RAM, but you can buy this with an 8 gig of RAM as well for a cheaper price. Now the size is very small, so but it comes with it has its drawback, which means that it only comes with one PCIe slot. Now I have this one because I'm planning to do a small form factor desktop, unlike the one that my daughter's using right now. It's a full-size desktop, but don't worry, it's the same as powerful as the full-size desktop. Okay, you can use this to play games, high-end video games. It all depends on the graphics card that you're using. And speaking of which, unfortunately, now this motherboard, it is running an Intel Xeon processor. It's a server processor, so you need a RAM RAM that is designed for server. But no, you need not to worry because this comes bundled with RAM. Okay. What next? What else? Now, unfortunately, this motherboard does not have an internal GPU, which means that you cannot use this motherboard without you cannot use this motherboard, or you cannot connect this to your monitor, because this will not show any screen, or you don't have any outlet or output. You can plug a monitor, may it be HDMI or VGA. So you needed a graphic card. Now, the graphic card of my choice for the cheap one like me, this is an MSI GT710. It's a 2GB DDR3 graphic cards. So you can just simply plug it here in the motherboard. On my next video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this together. Okay, but this time I'm just going to show you all the basic things that you need if you wish to build a desktop PC. Now, this is a very good review on my point of view. I'm not planning to use this for video editing or high definition video editing. You don't, if you're into it, if your job, or if you plan to use this for video editing, 4K, 8, I don't know. I haven't tried 4K. I haven't tried this one yet, but there's a good chance that I can play video games on it. Okay, then so we have the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, the graphic cards. So we need something to cool the CPU, since the processor is a server processor, so it produces much heat. It produces so much heat. So this is a CPU cooler. Okay, now we needed this one because the CPU produces so much heat, and my PC case is not up to cooling this one. And the PC case that I'm using has been we had this for 10 years. We keep it already. We had it in store for 10 years, so I'm going to have it modified to accommodate extra fan. Okay, now this, if you have the budget to purchase a water cooling, an all-in-one water cooling system, I would highly suggest that one. But in this case, I'm going to use this cooler. Okay, because we're doing this on a budget. Okay, next we need a storage device or a storage drive. This is what they call a solid state disk drive, and this is solid. I would highly suggest for you to use a solid state drive rather than the ordinary much cheaper hard disk drive, because this boots up operating system a little bit faster, and you can do it like this without any problem, without any issue, unlike the ordinary solid state ordinary hard disk drive. Okay, and booting up Windows 10, booting up Linux, it's faster, and the response on those systems is way much snappier. Now, next on the list, we need a power supply to power everything up. Okay, so we have the motherboard, the graphics card, and the cooling system and the storage device. Okay, so we need to power everything. Now, rule of thumb for those who plan to build a PC or desktop: if they are going to give you a cheap and a low powered power supply for your computer. If you have the budget, buy the highest one with the highest wattage. This one. For this, I'm planning to use this Raid Max RX 500 XT, and this one is rated 500 watts. So this is more than enough for my need. But if you can purchase anywhere somewhere 700 to 750 watts, no problem. That is highly suggested. It is advisable for you to buy the one with the highest wattage, because if ever something happened to your power supply, if your power supply cannot supply the needs of your devices or your hardware, it's more likely that you can damage your hard-earned money and damage those devices like the GPU or the CPU or the motherboard. Okay, so in this case, this is just my spare power supply. So, and I believe this is more than enough for my need, because I'm planning to install Linux on this one, which does not consume that much of power. Okay, and next is on the list, we need a case where we can put all these devices or all these items together. This case, it's the one that I'm sitting on right now. I may not be able to show it to you right now because it's still in the process of modification. I'm just waiting for the high volume fan. I'm planning to have it installed here and have it modified, but I'm also planning to do a video on that one as well. Okay, so let me just do a rundown again. We have the bundled motherboard that comes with this processor and RAM. Okay, and we need a graphical processing unit, or the GPU. It's right here. We need the CPU cooler, and did I mention you also need to purchase the CPU bracket, which is an LGA 2011. Okay, so we needed that, and then the power supply. Okay, now on the next video, I'm going to show you how I am going to put this together. Hopefully I will be able to finish the modification of my PC case, so I can show it to you as well, how I'm going to put it inside, so that we can actually fully build a desktop PC. Okay, now if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I would highly appreciate that. And also don't forget to share and hit the bell icon. Okay, and by the way, also my sideline is t-shirt printing, so don't forget, and just send me an email if you plan to if you have any plan of, let's say, doing personalized printing for your t-shirt. Okay, so see you in my next video, and shout out to Kevin who's watching right now. Thumbs up naman dyan. Okay, tapos na.